Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered where this belly came from, despite doing everything you thought was right? You eat healthy, take regular walks, and try your best, yet your belly simply refuses to change no matter what. Meanwhile, your face looks thinner, your arms shrink, your legs slim down, but your stomach barely changes at all. Eventually, you begin asking yourself what you're doing wrong, even though you've worked harder than ever before. Here's what I want you to know. You're probably not doing anything wrong at all. What if your belly no longer follows the same biological rules as the rest of your body after menopause? That explains why diets that worked during your 30s often stop working completely after menopause begins. Today, I'll explain why this happens, what commonly goes wrong, and which habits actually help reduce stubborn belly fat. But first, let me introduce you to Linda, whose experience may sound surprisingly familiar to many women. Linda was 56, avoided junk food, walked almost daily, skipped dessert, and exercised more than ever before. Yet every morning she stood before the mirror, gently holding her stomach, wondering what had happened to her body. She believed she had lost control, and perhaps you've quietly asked yourself that same difficult question before. Maybe you've even wondered whether this is simply what getting older is supposed to look like every day. The answer is no. Linda wasn't failing. Her body was simply following new hormonal rules nobody had explained. Once she finally understood those hormonal changes, everything about her approach and expectations completely changed for the better. Now here's where almost every woman gets trapped. The harder you try, the harder your belly seems to resist changing. You've probably experienced it yourself. You skip meals, count every calorie, and exercise harder than ever with little progress. If that sounds familiar, the problem probably isn't your effort. It's the strategy you're following every single day. After menopause, the two most common weight loss strategies can actually work against your body's changing hormonal biology. The first common mistake is simply eating too little, because it sounds completely logical at first. Many women believe eating less automatically means losing more weight, so every meal gradually becomes much smaller. At first the scale moves, but eventually progress stops, energy drops, hunger increases, and belly fat refuses to change. Think about your phone when its battery reaches 2% and automatically enters power-saving mode to conserve energy. Your body has a similar survival response whenever calories remain too low for long periods of time. Instead of burning stored energy freely, your brain becomes protective and conserves precious resources for survival. Because menopausal belly fat is already difficult to access, it often becomes the last place your body releases fat. There's another important problem. Eating too little makes it much harder to preserve healthy muscle as you age. Healthy muscle helps regulate blood sugar, supports metabolism, and keeps your body functioning efficiently throughout the years. So eating less isn't always helping. Sometimes it's actually slowing your progress instead of moving you forward. Now let's discuss mistake number 2, and this one surprises almost every woman who hears it. For years, we've been told that losing weight simply requires doing more and more cardio exercise. Many women respond by adding longer treadmill sessions, extra spin classes, and increasingly exhausting workouts every week. Cardio is wonderful for heart health, endurance, and overall wellness, but it shouldn't become your only strategy. Problems begin when intense cardio combines with exhaustion, undereating, and poor sleep, creating even more physical stress. It's like driving a car with one foot pressing the accelerator while the other presses the brake simultaneously. You're working incredibly hard, yet your progress remains frustratingly slow because your body is receiving mixed hormonal signals. I've coached women exercising 6 days each week who rarely missed workouts, yet never lost stubborn belly fat. They weren't lacking discipline. They were fighting changing hormones instead of learning how to support them properly. So if eating less and exercising harder aren't the complete answers, what actually produces lasting results after menopause? After helping hundreds of women, I've discovered successful transformations consistently begin with 3 simple, sustainable daily habits. These aren't extreme routines or trendy shortcuts. They're practical changes designed to work with your body's new biology. And the very first habit is probably much simpler than you're expecting. It's walking. Isn't this beautiful? It's perfect. Let's begin with the habit I recommend to almost every woman because it's simple, sustainable, and surprisingly effective after menopause. Habit number 1 is simple. Walk more, not harder, because consistency matters far more than exhausting yourself every day. Many women expect me to recommend harder workouts, but my advice often surprises them completely. If 2 women ate exactly the same meals, I wouldn't automatically expect the runner to achieve better long-term results. After menopause, success isn't about choosing the hardest workout. It's choosing the one your body consistently recovers from. Walking encourages your body to use energy efficiently without leaving you exhausted or overwhelmed by excessive physical stress. Regular walking supports healthy blood sugar, helps manage stress, and becomes a habit that's easy to maintain for years. The best workout isn't the perfect one. It's the workout you'll still enjoy doing 6 months from now. If you're walking 4,000 steps today, simply increase gradually instead of jumping immediately to 10,000 tomorrow. Small improvements repeated consistently almost always outperform short bursts of perfection followed by complete exhaustion and frustration. While discussing recovery, we can't ignore another habit that quietly influences nearly every aspect of your health and metabolism. That habit is sleep, because sleep isn't simply resting. It's when your body repairs and prepares for tomorrow. Sleeping only 5 or 6 hours regularly makes fat loss, exercise recovery, and hunger much harder to manage. You don't need perfect sleep every night. Simply making quality sleep a consistent priority creates meaningful long-term benefits. Now let's discuss what I believe is one of the best long-term investments women can make after menopause. Habit number 2 is strength training, and many women immediately worry they'll become bulky from lifting weights. The good news is, you won't become bulky. Building large amounts of muscle becomes much harder after menopause. Strength training preserves valuable muscle, helping support metabolism, blood sugar control, stronger bones, better balance, and everyday independence. You don't need complicated routines. Focus on basic movements and aim for 2 or 3 sessions every week. The goal isn't leaving the gym exhausted. It's becoming just a little stronger every single week. Now let's finish with one of the simplest habits that's often overlooked, despite making an enormous difference every day. Habit number 3 is putting protein first whenever you build a meal throughout your day. When I ask women about breakfast, many mention toast, cereal, fruit, or sometimes only coffee before starting work. Those foods aren't necessarily unhealthy, but they're often missing the one nutrient your body truly needs most. Protein helps preserve muscle during fat loss, keeps you satisfied longer, and supports recovery after physical activity. Before thinking about bread, rice, or dessert, simply ask yourself one question: where's my protein today? Whatever matches your lifestyle, build each meal around protein first, then comfortably add everything else afterward. That one small habit can completely transform how you approach every meal and support healthier long-term body composition. If you've watched this far, you've probably realized your body isn't failing. It simply needs a different approach. The rules changed after menopause, but now you understand how to work with your body instead of against it. You don't need punishment, another crash diet, or endless self-blame to create meaningful, lasting progress anymore. Start with one habit, master it, then gradually add the next, because consistency creates results that truly last. Lasting success doesn't come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from doing the right things consistently over time. If this video helped you, share it with another woman who deserves encouragement and practical guidance after menopause. If you'd like a complete follow-along workout for women over 40, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, take good care of yourself, because your body is still capable of remarkable positive change. You simply needed the right roadmap, and now you have the knowledge to move forward with confidence every day.